Hi YouTube, Christine here, Skinny Brit to be, coming to you with my week 151 a bit post RNY gastric bypass and week 63 and a bit in maintenance. Hiya to you all. What's new with me? Not a fantastic amount. Life just starts to get very normal. I now eat a virtually normal meal. Same old, same old. I still have to watch what I eat, but I do find now that I can eat almost anything. But again, it is sort of strictly in moderation, etc. So what am I doing? What am I doing about Christmas food? Well, my previous experience of journaling and recipe planning and everything else, etc., I come to the conclusion that the main course of Christmas lunch doesn't have to be anything difficult for me to cope with my diet. I'm not on a diet. With my lifestyle. Calorie-wise, actually turkey is one of the leanest, lowest calories meats, high protein. I always have it, lots of vegetables, so if I have carrots and Brussels and chestnuts and those sort of things, then there's not a problem with those. Roast potatoes, I've been having roast potatoes now for what seems like an awful long time. But again, I don't have roast potatoes that are actually swimming in fat, etc. I do tend to cheat, sorry about the camera, do tend to cheat these days and buy frozen roast potatoes, simply because I can actually be pretty certain of how many calories and fat content and things like that. And I actually rather like them. I'm sure they've got plenty of additives, etc., thrown onto the top of them, etc. But hey, I'm into, unadulterated vegetables, etc., in a big way. And okay, if I have a bit of sausage or sausage meat or stuffing with it, then what the heck? It's Christmas Day. Puddings, desserts. I've already got used to the fact that I may or may not be able to eat them. It just simply depends on how much I've already eaten for my main course. If I go without because I'm full up, that doesn't bother me because I'm full up. And I really do mean full up. I still have that magic thing that says, if you want to eat one more bite, you will suffer. And it's not a pleasant experience to actually get to that stage where one more bite and you've had it, sort of thing. But luckily I do get a warning, so this sort of I can't even call it nausea comes over me. It's just I just feel as though the food is still at the back of my throat, and it won't do me any good to eat anything because it just won't go anywhere. So to some of you may not understand how that feels, but that's really has been my sort of saving grace, and that's the sensation that I get if I eat too much fatty or sugary things too. But I do find that now I can eat small amounts of sugary type things. Somebody mentioned to me the other day Caramac bars, and I can remember them from my youth, and they're a caramel sort of flavoured chocolate bar. And I just had this yen for one, etc. Well, I'm very pleased to say that they actually do them in very small bars. The bar, I suppose, is not even as, it's probably about the length of a mobile phone, but not as wide as a mobile phone. and they're 174 calories and God knows how many carbs and fat and things like that. But you can actually find them on MyFitnessPal, so I was able to type it up, add it all in, etc. to my daily allowance. But I'm still living on 1,1400 calories a day, which to my mind is absolute sort of success. I mean, not in a million years could I have imagined, sort of 4 or 5 years ago, that I would be, surviving every day without even worrying about it on, 1,400 calories. That just seems just seems amazing to me, and is such a relief. And obviously, I don't exercise, I'm afraid. I haven't been feeling very energetic. I suppose when I think about it, for months, etc. I do feel sort of lacking in energy, etc. All my vitamin and mineral levels all come up fine, and my blood work, etc. I just think that maybe I'm feeling the winter and maybe a bit of old age and things like that, but I just don't seem to have the get up and go that I've had in my youth, etc. My youth. But yes, so, and most of anyway, going back to sort of Christmas food, etc., most of the food that I will eat over Christmas, it's mostly stuff that I've made anyway, so I know exactly what's gone into it. I've made it, so I know. And where necessary, I've adjusted menus, I've reduced the sugar content or reduced the fat content and found alternatives to supplement them, etc. I've made Christmas puds. I have a fantastic microwave method of making Christmas puds, and I make my Christmas puddings. I made them, I think, at the beginning of October. And they're a microwaved Christmas pud. No, none of this hours and hours of steaming, etc. It's about 13 minutes for each pud in the microwave. And that's it, done. Seal it up completely. It with cling film, etc. And the top all sort of sinks in. And then come Christmas Day, it's usually about 4 minutes in the microwave to heat it back up again. And they are just scrummy. So I shall probably have a bit of Christmas pud. I'm not sure. I don't think Americans have Christmas pudding, from what I remember talking to my sister. Because over here you can buy packets of mixed dried fruit, which is sultanas, raisins, currants, and peel. What do they call them? Mixed peel. I suppose it's oranges and lemons and grapefruit skins and things like that, all sort of slightly candified. And you mix that up to as the sort of basis of it. It's a little bit like a hot, very rich fruitcake. And I usually make a cheesecake, and again I make my own cheesecake. I use Philadelphia extra light cheese, and it's not a cooked cheesecake, it's an in the fridge one, and I mix up the Philadelphia cheese with some yogurt, some sugar-free jelly, and whatever fruit I decide to use, I usually use some tinned fruit that's in its own juice, and I use the juice to make half the strength jelly. With the fruit juice from the tin, and then I decorate it with the tin fruit, and it's on a base of usually crushed either ginger biscuits or digestive biscuits mixed with a bit of butter, just to make a firm base, biscuity type base, etc. to it. And that is I think in this household it's their number one favourite. I'll bring to the table sort of Christmas pudding and cheesecake and fruit salad and trifle and things like that, and almost always it's the cheesecake that everybody wants. It's sort of strange, really. So hey, give it a go. You just throw everything in to get all the yogurt and the Philadelphia and the sugar-free jelly all in together. Mix it all up. Put it on top of the crushed biscuits. So it's very simple. Maybe when I've maybe if I get time, I'll try, when I make it, I'll perhaps do some pictures, etc. So if anybody fancies doing it, they can give it a go. And again, because I know exactly what's gone into it, I can count the calories and I can work out exactly how much it is, and you know whether or not I end up with one biscuit or two. Because nowadays you can get you know, the lower fat digestive biscuits as well. So there's all manner of ways of getting round carbs and fat and sugar and that sort of thing. Yes, but I shall probably make a trifle, and it'll probably have cream on it, and I'm sure you don't really want to hear about all this cream and sweet and sugar stuff when you're possibly sort of dreading Christmas, etc., with the food, etc. I'm not a great alcohol drinker. I do like a drink, and don't get me wrong, I will have a drink all over Christmas because it's Christmas. But I haven't got a large. There'll just be a very small gathering of us for Christmas this year. We're having a very quiet Christmas, which again will make a lovely change, really lovely change. Sometimes you just yearn to not be catering for the world and his woman, sort of thing. Right, the other thing I wanted to say, I have actually, I spoke to someone the other day that I'm friendly with, and I have asked their permission to let you know about it, but this particular person has had gastric bypass, and she was struggling with it. She did lose quite a substantial amount of weight. Well, she has lost a substantial amount of weight, let's put it that way. But then, at least a year ago, I know that she was really struggling and couldn't get the last, I believe, 2 or 3 stone off. And it was really bothering her, and she was very worried that she was eating more, and just nothing seemed to be quite working for her, etc. Anyway, I caught up with her recently, and much to my surprise, don't forget she had an RNY gastric bypass. She's actually now a banded RNY gastric bypass patient. She'd put on, I believe, a couple of stone, which took her BMI over 35, which is nicest guidelines over here in the UK for allowing surgeons to do weight loss surgery. And she's had a band fitted to her small pouch. And when I last saw her, she was only about 2 weeks into following her banding, and she'd already lost a stone just in that, with I believe with the bit of the pre-op diet as well. So I think I should be seeing her in the next few days, so it'll be very interesting to hear how she's getting on now. But hey, for some of you out there that are struggling, it's just possible that it might be a solution to your problem. Because she'd been talking about, you know, if only somebody would band her, you know, on top of her bypass. Anyway, watch this space. I'll try and keep you updated, etc., as to how she gets on. But it's certainly a consideration, perhaps for the future. How many of us would really want to be banded on top of our RNY. I'm not sure, but at least if it was too drastic, I suppose it is something that could be reversed or eased by, you know, not filling the band, etc. So anyway, that's about all my news, I think, so far. That you're not all dreading Christmas, etc. I do still remember the Christmas, because I had my bypass in middle of January 2011, so this will be my 3-year anniversary coming up after Christmas. And I do remember the Christmas before my bypass, and I was eating sensibly because I was so desperate that I didn't put on any weight prior to surgery, etc., in case they turned me down. But I remember the first Christmas afterwards, etc., and I can remember that I ate as much as I wanted of the main course, etc., but I can remember now that I couldn't eat any dessert or anything like that. So so things are very similar to what they were a year post bypass, except the quantities have definitely gone up. Anyway, I wish you all luck over Christmas with your food plan, whatever it is or isn't. And I do hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from this household. Thanks for watching. Bye to you all. Bye.